It is interesting to note that surnames like Nag, Bagh or Baghila, Hathi, Shingho or Singh, and Pakhi are still common in India, especially in Bengal. Similarly, we find fraternities like Mech and Koch in North Bengal. In all probability, Mech originated from Mach or Machi, meaning fish, and they belong to the fish fraternity. Similarly, Koch possibly originated from the word Kotchop or Kachua, meaning turtle. There are territories in Assam and Bengal like Kachar, Koch Bihar, Koch Hajo and Kushtia suggesting their settlements. It is most likely that these early human fraternities named their settlements after the animal symbols which represented their ethnic fraternities. As these fraternities migrated from the east coast of India, their migration path can be arranged. The migration path of Bagh fraternity can be traced from Bagdogra in North Bengal, ascending along Bagmati river and reaching Baglung Kali temple in Nepal, and finally Baghdad in Mesopotamia across Mount Kailash. A number of localities named after Bagh in Afghanistan like Baglam, Bagram and so on. Baghdad is located on river Tigris, and the word Tigris originated from the word tiger or tigre. In many Eastern Indian languages, Bagh means tiger. Thus, both the city and the adjacent river are named after the same animal species, which possibly represented a human fraternity. Is it just a coincidence? Interestingly, it is only in India that tiger is known as Bagh. Similarly, it is possible to trace the migration path of the fish fraternity. Fish is the Bahun of Ganga, suggesting the onward migration of the fish fraternity from Ganga Ridhi along river Ganga from the east coast of India. We have Mechi Nodi and Mechi Kali in Nepal. We find territories like Mesopotamia, Masa of Turkey, Macedonia, and finally the Mycenaean civilization of ancient Greece. Koch or turtle fraternity migration path can be established from eastern India along river Jamuna of Bangladesh to reach Kailash. Incidentally, turtle is the Bahun of river Jamuna, suggesting its migration along the river. As one descends along Indus from Kailash, one reaches Kutch of Gujarat and Kutchi district of Balochistan. Following the Persian Gulf, one reaches the territory of Kassites in Mesopotamia, and finally the Koch fraternity emerges as Kushites in the Horn of Africa. It is possible that the Caspian Sea and Caucasus Mountains were so named as they were Koch fraternity settlements. Hathi is one of the most successful Indian origin fraternities which spread all over the world. They named their settlements Hathi and Hattusa in Turkey. Their king was Hattusili and their kingdom was known as Hittite Empire. Their settlement along the Mediterranean coast was named Gojo, now famous as the Gaza Strip, and their settlement in Lower Egypt was named Giza, also from Gojo. As the Gojo fraternity was matriarchal in nature, their settlement in Afghanistan was known as Gajani. The Gangasagar Mela is held on Makar Sankranti day on the east coast of India. Makar, or the elephant-headed fish, is the Bahun of Ganga, suggesting migration of this fusion fraternity along river Ganga. The Makran coast derived its name from the Makar fraternity settlement who takes care of the Mogor or crocodile. In the Horn of Africa, they were known as Makuria language speakers and their kingdom was known as the Makuria kingdom. Interestingly, many Nubian families of Egypt keep crocodile as a pet and draw crocodile in front of their house. These families possibly belong to the Makar fraternity. Pali language spread from India to the Mediterranean coast, Egypt and Greece. Their settlement was known as Palistan, now Palestine. On the other hand, spoken Sanskrit language spread to Anatolia and Europe. The same Indian origin fraternity settlements were known by different names in these two territories. The elephant fraternity settlement was known as Hathi in Turkey and as Gojo or Giza in the Mediterranean coast and Egypt. Similarly, fish settlements were known as Mesopotamia, Masa, Motso, Macedonia and Mycenaean civilization in Europe, and they were known as the Meme fraternity in Egypt, who established the Minoan civilization in ancient Greece. Indian languages probably remained popular for several thousand years on the Mediterranean coast and around. Thus, when new fraternities like Singho and Osho formed there after several thousand years, they had Indian names. Osho means horse, Singho means lion in eastern India like in Bengal. I am told it is known as Simha in Sanskrit. It thus appears that Indian origin languages spread to distant lands as people settled there. Over a period, these languages became global. It seems that Indian origin people with their languages possibly established other ancient civilizations. Our humble mission is to investigate the ground evidences and scientific data in order to review our history and learn about it from an entirely new perspective.